My name is Luis Ayala, and this is my assignment 2 sports media case study. I decided to do it on the Rashard Mendenhall on Twitter, talking about the comments that he made on May 2nd, 2011, following an announcement that President Obama made about the U.S. Finding and killing Osama bin Laden. This is the video or the announcement that started it all.
Today, at my direction, the United States launched a targeted operation against that compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. A small team of Americans carried out the operation with extraordinary courage and capability. No Americans were harmed. They took care to avoid civilian casualties. After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body. For over 2 decades, bin Laden has been al-Qaeda's leader and symbol, and has continued to plot attacks against our country and our friends and allies. The death of bin Laden marks the most significant achievement to date in our nation's effort to defeat al-Qaeda. Yet his death does not mark the end of our effort. There is no doubt that al-Qaeda will continue to pursue attacks against us. We must, and we will, remain vigilant at home and abroad.
It has not even been 24 hours since President Barack Obama announced that Navy SEALs had found and killed Osama bin Laden, and it has already caused much controversy over comments that were made by a professional football player. Pittsburgh Steelers Rashard Mendenhall used his Twitter to share his own opinion with his followers regarding the killing of Osama bin Laden. While many rejoiced and celebrated over Osama's death, Mendenhall had a different opinion and wasn't afraid to speak out on a very fragile topic on which was causing shockwaves throughout the entire nation. Here is what Mendenhall had to say about Osama bin Laden on his Twitter account. What kind of person celebrates death? It's amazing how people can hate a man they have never even heard speak. We've only heard one side. As crazy as this may sound, he didn't stop there. He followed it up with another comment shortly after. Here's what it said. We'll never know what really happened. I just have a hard time believing a plane could take a skyscraper down demolition style. As you can imagine, Mendenhall's comments went viral and caused an uproar everywhere. It didn't take long before the image of Mendenhall began to diminish little by little. Steelers president Art Rooney said in a statement, I have not spoken with Rashard, so it's hard to explain or even comprehend what he meant with his recent Twitter comments. Rooney said in a statement released by the Steelers this morning, the entire Steelers organization is very proud of the jobs our military personnel have done, and we can only hope this leads to our troops coming home soon. Not only did his comments stir up so much controversy, but a couple of days after his comments, he lost his recently signed 4-year endorsement deal with Champion Sportswear, after the athletic wear company decided they no longer wanted to be associated with Mendenhall. It did not take long before the relationship with Mendenhall and Champion came to an end. Shortly after his comments, Mendenhall tried to work in some damage control to the nation by writing a blog and posting it to his Twitter account. This is what he had to say. First, I want the people to understand that I am not in support of bin Laden or against the USA. I understand how devastating 9/11 was to this country and to the people whose families were affected, not just in the US, but families all over the world who had relatives in the World Trade Centers. My heart goes out to the troops who fight for our freedoms every day, not being certain if they will have the opportunity to return home, and the families who watch their loved ones bravely go off. Mendenhall also deleted his comments from his Twitter account, in which he questioned who was really responsible for the attacks on the Twin Towers on September 11th. We live in a country where freedom of speech is our God-given right as Americans, but because Mendenhall is an NFL superstar, he should have been more careful about voicing his personal opinions about this. Maybe Mendenhall should have thought about what he was doing or what he was going to say and write a blog the first time rather than sending it out in a few 140-character tweets. He probably could have avoided all the controversy that he stirred up. However, this isn't the first time Mendenhall has generated controversy on Twitter. In March, he expressed support for Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson before the NFL lockout, when he compared to the NFL to modern-day slavery. Twitter can be both fun and dangerous for athletes and the fans who follow them. It is a way for sport players to connect with the fans. Social media has taken over the world and how we connect with people. Unfortunately, in this case, it was not so much fun for Mendenhall. Once news media got a hold of his tweet, the comments prompted significant anger all over, and with a little help from mainstream media, the post went viral. If you are an icon such as Mendenhall, you should be careful about what you decide to share with the world. Not everyone will share the same opinions as you. Maybe this was a lesson learned for Mendenhall to not be so quick to share his opinions via Twitter, or then again, maybe not.